in defense of Primaris, why I like them, why they are important, and why I think they are overhated. Welcome, loyalists, to my new video about arguments for Primaris Space Marines. I get that the Primaris Marines are old news, and you've probably heard all the criticisms, but a lot of people still don't like them, and I will show some arguments for them. Without further ado, let's begin. Reason number 1, the Imperium needed them. The Imperium had been, to say the very least, struggling, having a very, very bad time. Planet Cadia destroyed by the forces of Abaddon the Spoiler. Baal ravaged by the forces of High Fleet Leviathan. The galaxy torn in half by the Great Rift. The Imperium being held together with prayers, duct tape, and an old bottle of Elmer's Glow. Then Rabute Gilliman returned, and he was shocked at the state of the Imperium. Him, alongside Belisarius Cawl, unveiled the new Primaris Space Marines. The Primaris Space Marines are what the Imperium needs to survive. Reason number 2, they are cool. Now, this is more personal than the previous reason, but I put it in the script, and you can't do anything about it. This is my video. Anyways, I think the Primaris are cool for multiple reasons. First of all, I like the armor design. I love how the Mark 10 armor is the best parts of each Mark put into one suit. I especially like the Tacticus pattern helmet, how it's a combination of Mark 4 and 8. Second, they have cool lore and how they are a new breed of Space Marines, and that there are all Primaris chapters, and that extinct chapters are able to be refounded using Primaris. So that's just such a cool concept. A cool concept is how Primaris brings hope to the Imperium. Third reason, the Primaris have new weapons that are old Heresy era weapons that are remade and better, such as the Neo-Volkite pistol. Reason 3, they represent a new era for the hobby and setting. The introduction of Primaris helped bring in millions of new players. This allows for a golden age of growth the hobby is currently in. Reason number 4, they plug gaps in the Space Marines arsenal. The Primaris allow for new roles. For example, aggressors provide close-range firepower, Inceptors provide mid-air firepower, Infernus Marines provide close-range flamer support, and Eliminators provide long-range sniping action. Reason number 5, the rules improvements. Space Marines are the poster boys of Warhammer 40k. However, as other factions evolved, Space Marines needed to. Games Workshop had 2 options. All they could do was update Space Marines to be better. Like, their 2 options were, keep buffing the Space Marines until they are basically Doom Guy level warriors on the tabletop, or make a brand new baseline. GW chose the latter. Primaris created a new baseline. Reason number 6, they represent the Imperium's hypocrisy. On one hand, the Imperium claims to never change, but it changes a lot. The Primaris Space Marines truly represent that. New technology and new warriors for a supposedly unchanging Imperium. Reason number 7, the old Marines are still here. People say that the Primaris are going to replace the Firstborn Classic Marines, and that all Firstborn are invalid and you should never use them anymore. And it's all because of the Primaris. Yeah, no. Not true. The old Marines are still valid, still playable, and the classic units that are gone have Legends rules, so you can use them in casual games. And if you want classic kits that are not available in the Warhammer Online store, I don't know, eBay probably has them. And if you follow the rumors, there could be an update to old armor marks. This has already kind of been happening with Horus Heresy. Reason number 8, I just like them. Yeah, I just like the Primaris. I think they are awesome, and if you disagree, that's okay. Nobody is forcing you to like them, but please remember that the Primaris are not a mistake and should not be crapped down for no valid reason. Next, here is an unscripted opinion segment. So, yeah, I'm just doing this little segment. Now, I first started the hobby in 9th edition, so I never really experienced the whole Firstborn versus Primaris, and I just didn't really know the difference until I was a bit deeper into the hobby. However, I have always liked Primaris. Ever since I got my first Warhammer kit, it was a Space Wolves Combat Patrol, if I recall correctly, the 9th edition one. And I saw the Intercessors, and I was like, this is a really cool armor design. I'm going to make the baseline of my army Intercessors. Little did I know then that Intercessors are supposed to be the baseline of armies that are Primaris Space Marines. So, yeah, that was my unscripted opinion segment. So, what are your thoughts on the Primaris? You can't comment on my videos yet, so you can't really comment down below because you cannot do that. I disable comments on most of my videos for now, but I just want to have this good video that's been in the back of my head for a bit, because there's a lot of videos that are just against the Primaris, and I just want to make a quick, easy to digest video about why the Primaris aren't bad. And remember, the Emperor protects.